Welcome to Gene and Mike do the New York Times crossword.
Hi, I'm Jean.
And I'm Mike. And today we are doing the crossword for Sunday, July 13th, 2025. So, on a date that if it were 2 days earlier would be unlucky, did you do the crossword?
Nope.
You didn't do This is going to be an extremely short podcast then.
Of course I did the crossword.
Are you suggesting I shouldn't be asking that question every time?
Well, it's getting a little predictable.
I'm glad you threw a little bit of unpredictability into the mix there. Mm-hmm. Okay, the crossword that you did in fact do.
Yep.
What did you think of it?
Well, I liked it.
Good.
I thought it was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, with our two of our three children are here.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 3-person endeavor.
And they didn't impede you like last time?
No.
Okay.
No, they don't impede me.
Oh, I think last time they did. I think yesterday they did.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You'd know best.
Yep. No, they provide a lot of insight.
Mm-hmm.
But this took us a long time, even though there were 3 of us.
Really?
And they were throwing answers at me right and left, and I was filling in the ones I knew very quickly. But we had a mistake.
Ah.
Oh, and it took forever.
Really?
To find the mistake, but we eventually did.
Let me guess. Maybe your mistake was in the same place as...
I don't even know if I can remember where our mistake was.
I think 147 across, that was like some bobsleighs. Did you have E-woman instead of 2-man?
No.
Okay. I had E-woman for a while.
E-woman.
Because I didn't know 126 down, Bonnie with 13 Grammys.
Oh,
I knew it was
right.
Rate, and I spelled it R-A-I-T-E.
Oh, no.
But when I looked at E-woman, I was trying to figure out what an E-woman was and why she was on a bobsleigh. How about 109? I bet it was 109 down. Lip Gloss Rapper 2007. Did you have Lib Mama instead of Lil Mama?
No.
No,
we have
I don't seem to be doing a good job here of guessing your mistakes. I'm simply throwing out mine.
No, like I said, I don't even know if I remembered where it was. But whatever it was, it took us forever to find it. So, but when we found it, when we got the happy music, we were
very happy.
Very, very happy. Yes.
Well, good. Mm-hmm. There was a theme here.
There was a theme. It was clever. The name of the puzzle was Tunnel Vision. And once you answered all the questions and you answered them correctly, or all the clues, you actually saw some tunnels appear in the puzzle and answered, 8 additional clues. And the tunnels were found right in the middle of the puzzle. There was a long string of black squares going vertically from the top to the bottom. Mm-hmm. And they called that the wall. Once you filled out the puzzle, there were several holes that came in that wall, and little letters appeared. And those letters connected the 2 sides of the 2 answers, clues, on either side of the wall, and made a new answer. So, for example, 31 across was the bit of red in a salad, and that was beet. Mm-hmm. And then then they had the black square that was part of the wall, and then 32 across was what accepts all cookies, and that was oven, which I thought was very funny. So you had beet, and then this black square that was in the wall, and then oven. But when you answered the puzzle and got it all correct, the black square disappeared, and then an H appeared in between those 2 clues, and it answered the one of the extra clues. The second extra clue was for Elise Composer. and that was Beethoven, which is Beethoven, Beethoven. So that was the theme, and it did that 8 different times, starting at the very top of the puzzle, where we had 5 across, which was imaginary fiends, which we read as friends first, but it was imaginary fiends, and those were demons.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had a black square, and then 11 across, assign a number, maybe, and that was rate. But when the whole puzzle was complete and you got the happy music, the black square between those two disappeared and a T popped up. And that answered one of the extra bonus clues, and it was show how it's done. And it was demonstrate. So anyway, that was the theme.
Mm-hmm.
And you were very unique, but we really had a hard time trying to find a mistake. But once we found it, and then all of the tunnels appeared, and all of the letters within those tunnels appeared and answered all of the extra clues, we were very happy. Although we figured out the answers before they actually appeared.
Oh.
And we said, it's like, oh yeah, we could see demonstrate. It was just missing the T, and Beethoven was just missing the H. So we figured out where they all were, but it just took us a long time to find that mistake so that you could finally see the answers of the way they were supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, I didn't even see the tunnels. I think what happened was I finally solved it, got the happy music, and just closed the lid on my computer.
Oh.
And I don't know if they hadn't changed yet, but yeah, I was looking at it now, just like, oh, look, I thought those were sort of additional clues that you had to figure out the answer for.
Well, I wondered that, yeah. They said you get 8 extra clues, but we were filling out the puzzle, and it's like, I don't see where the extra clues are going to be used, because it pretty much looks like all the clues that are listed are going to be filling up the entire square, the entire grid, and so, yeah, it didn't dawn on us that perhaps they were already there in front of us and we just didn't see them.
Mm-hmm.
So, mm-hmm.
and then the reason the clues were described as find their answers to reveal an apt alternative for traversing the grid. What was that? It was part of the song "Break On Through to the Other Side."
That's right. It was, "Break On Through to the Other Side." And if you looked down the wall and read those letters, they were the Doors,
mm-hmm.
and that was their album, right? "Break On Through to the Other Side."
I don't know.
Yeah, it was. Uh-huh.
See, I was thinking of what was the name of that group? Pink Floyd.
That was
Hole in the Wall.
Yeah, brick in the wall.
Brick in the wall,
Just
right? Okay,
wall.
not a brick,
Yeah.
not a hole in the wall. But there was actually holes in the wall. One down was
one down, and the first down and the last down, or I shouldn't say the last down. It was the final down that went in the bottom corner.
Yes,
and the first down that went in the upper left corner. Yes, and the clue for that was with 114 down, some neighborhood bars are what connects the 8 pairs of answers in this puzzle, and that was holes in the wall.
Right.
Yeah, and that was the clue, I guess, that if you knew anything about the Doors, that was the name of the album, and then one of the songs on it was "Break On Through to the Other Side."
I can't even imagine how Brandon Copy, the person who created this crossword, would have gone about this. I guess drawn the central wall first and put the clues holes in the wall, and then filled in everything else.
Yep.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. But there were some really good clues and some little puzzlers. I love the 122 across that coincided with 144 across, which was name that becomes a shape if you switch the second and fourth letters. And that was Olav, becomes oval. And so you go down to 144 across, and it's just the opposite shape that becomes a name if you switch the second and fourth letters. And of course, the answer there was oval.
Yes.
So I like that.
That was cute. There was another chain, basically sort of a word ladder, I guess. 79 across was subbed for John Maynard Keynes, and that was econ.
Right.
And then we had 81 across, alma mater for John Maynard Keynes was Eton.
Yep.
And then finally we had 98 across. That was North Carolina University was Elon.
Yes.
So we had Econ and Eton and Elon.
Right.
That was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
One clue that I did not know the answer to, and I've never seen this word before, but apparently it's shown up 3 times in the New York Times. 72 across, 2-stringed Chinese instrument. Erhu,
Yes.
spelled E-R-H-U.
Yes. Yeah. We didn't know that either. And I thought, well, maybe that's where our mistake is. But, we read the answers that crossed that, and it was like, no, they all look right.
I mean, it could have just been he had like a typo somewhere.
Yeah, it was. It was. So, I remember where it was. It was at 23 across. They might leave you in stitches for short. And the answer to that was ER docs. And for some reason, we had EM docs. I guess we were thinking of emergency room. And of course, then the 16 down didn't make any sense, which was got going. And we had amoused instead of aroused.
See, if you had gotten the first letter wrong, I would have understood that, because then you would have had OR docs and Westeros. And if you're unfamiliar with Game of Thrones, Westeros sounds as good as the correct answer of Westeros.
Yeah, but no, I knew it was Westeros.
Okay.
But it was just a typo. But once we put the R in, then we got the happy music. And then the tunnels appeared and the letters came forth from the tunnels and answered all the extra clues.
I missed all that animation. Drat. Let's see. We had 10 down, Winfield Blank, loser to Franklin Pierce for president in 1852. That's a common enough clue. The answer was Scott.
Right.
So who were you hoping for? Were you hoping for Winfield Scott or Franklin Pierce? I guess it's...
I don't even remember when Franklin Pierce was president. It was
1852.
Well, long before my time.
Okay. So you didn't have any dog in that fight, as it were.
Nope.
Okay. 31 across was bit of red. You already mentioned this, bit of red in a salad. I went for Bako. I was thinking of like Bako bits.
Do they even make Bako bits?
Isn't that like bacon bits? Right, yeah. So I thought it was Bako, but it turned out to be beet.
Well, they were in a jar, and you can sprinkle them on. They were
right.
They were. I don't think they were real bacon. But
well, I didn't really care. It just had a bit of red, and I believe it was reddish in color.
The first thing I thought, of course, was tomatoes, but that didn't quite fit. But yeah, beet. Beets are actually, I guess they're sort of red, purpley.
Oh, reds, yeah, beets are, you're right, they're like borscht is purple.
Yeah.
35 across was blank of all. I wanted it to be worst of all.
Oh.
But because that second letter had to be an E, 7 down, play featuring a trio of witches, Macbeth.
Yes.
I then had it the worst of all, spelled worst, W-E-R-S-T, which I thought might be some sort of food stuff. But I guess that would be worst with a U.
U, yeah.
Anyway, it turned out to be least.
Yes.
Least of all works.
Least of all.
Yeah. And we had 45 across. I don't know why, but so 45 across was wicked protagonist, and the answer was Elphaba.
Right.
For some reason, I thought she had another name before she became Elphaba, and it was Elsabeth. So I wanted it to be Elsabeth, which doesn't fit, and I've been assured by ChatGPT, that knows everything about Wicked, there's never been a character named Elsabeth in Wicked. Do you remember one?
No.
Okay, well, I'm the only one who seems to remember it. Some sort of a spell. I don't know what it was exactly. But anyways, it was Elphaba. 57 across, many idol worshippers were tweens.
Right.
That was cute. Let's see. Oh, 61 down. Like sperm whales among all animals. So I went for biggest. And then I went for largest. And I thought, well, that's got to be right. But it was loudest.
The loudest, yes.
I thought like sperm whales would, I mean, they're in schools, right? And so they'd be quiet because they were at school. And wait, maybe they come in pods.
They do come in.
They come in pods,
yes.
right? And it would only be if they were in the library of the school that they'd be quiet. I wonder what noises they make. Just sort of those whale-type sounds?
I suppose. Those whale-type sounds.
Whale-type sounds. Let's see. 67 down was pollywog, and that was tadpole.
That's right, yes.
I kept thinking about polymath for some reason. Don't know why.
I don't either.
That was just, but did you know pollywog was tadpole?
Yes.
See, I did not. We've had that before. I just got to sort of focus on that. 84 down. Worst name ever. Fruit-shaped candies. Runts.
Yes.
Really? That's what you're going to call your candies because it sounds so appealing? You runt, you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
Of course, there used to be that food in Nebraska, a runza.
Runza.
I wonder if they sold runts at Run
No.
along with want some runts with those runzas?
As I recall, our children rather liked runts. They were shaped like little fruits, and they were they were just like little sugar pills shaped like fruits, but they liked them.
Seems like a strange name.
And our youngest was like, I'm pretty sure it's last letter Z, runts. I said, no, I think it's an S. We put the Z in, and it didn't get us too far.
Right, because you needed a 108 across was T-slot.
Right.
Not T-zalot.
Yes.
Counteracting the terrible name of runts, in my humble opinion, no offense to anyone who works at runts or enjoys runts, we had 97 down, classic detergent brand, RINSO.
RINSO.
Now, there's a name for a detergent. Has to have been a Brit who called it that. What do you call this thing that we use for rinsing? RINSO.
RINSO. I love that.
Yeah. Okay, 111 across was 1962 Paul Anka hit with the lyric, Kiss Me Mucho, and it was Eso Beso.
Right.
So I watched a video of this on the Ed Sullivan Show, and the dancers were like on this series of sort of ladders. I don't know if they're supposed to be like in tenement buildings or something, but they were doing the samba or something like that. And those pieces of equipment looked like they were going to fall over.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, this has got to be some sort of a safety hazard.
Yeah.
It looked like they were actually on bricks. And I'm like, this is insane. They didn't fall over. Or if they did, they had to do a retaping with new people to bring in the ones who would have been injured. But it was a very, it was supposed to be this lovely song, and I was just like petrified that the dancers were going to keel over,
Oh, dear.
or get tossed from their platform. So let's see. We had one. I already mentioned this as being one of my problem areas. 109 down, the lip gloss rapper 2007 was Lil Mama. Did any of our children know Lil Mama?
No, none of us did. But we had the L-I, and I think we had an M and an A, and we thought, it looks like Lil Mama. So we figured probably is.
See, 122 across was a problem for me. Reason for a successful steal, maybe. I had base tag. Because I thought that's something that happens in baseball. Sort of had the word base in it, and it had the word tag. But then reading the clue carefully now, I can see a successful steal would have been the correct answer of late tag.
Yes.
Because if you tag them, they would have been
They're
out.
already at the base and you tag them. That's a late tag. You're too late to get them out.
Right. But anyways, I went for base tag.
But you don't tag the base.
Right. Well, there were many problems with base tag. For example, 74 down. Thanks for explaining what it was. Now I get is, as opposed to now I get it.
Right.
116 down was cute. Jersey boys, ? Calves. So this was another fabulous crossword by Brandon Copy.
Yep.
Well done, Brandon.
Yes, very good. It was an enjoyable solve.
Yes. All right. We have 2 more things. First of all, our Jam Katwa. Gene and Mike Crossword of the Week Award, where we go back through the crosswords of the previous week, ending in Saturday now. So from last Sunday to the day before today, and identify what we deem to be the very best.
Yep.
We didn't have to go far this week because we chose Saturday.
Yesterday's puzzle.
Yep.
Yes, it was by Katie Hootie.
Yes.
And it was such an interesting solve. I found it very challenging, even with my 2 helpers. It took us quite a while, but boy, when we got it done, we were so happy.
Yes.
And it just had some wonderful, wonderful clues. The answers were not really long and complicated like they often get on Saturday, but they were definitely challenges, at least for us. And we just had such a good time doing this puzzle.
Yep. I think the reaction to this crossword can be summed up by one across. That was fun. What a blast.
What a blast. Yes.
So congratulations, Katie, on being our Jam Katwa winner. If you feel so inclined, drop us a line, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com, and we'll have a Jam Katwa certificate, as well as some lovely Wisconsin swag and a Gene and Mike Do the New York Times crossword t-shirt winging its way towards you in no time.
Yep.
Please include your shirt size and a physical address. Speaking of t-shirts, we have some listener mail.
Oh, I know. I recognize that shirt.
This is from Randall, and the subject is still going strong. Hi, guys. Just wanted to let you know that after 2 years, your thoughtful Triplet Tuesday swag still remains a regular part of my warm weather fashion wardrobe. Here it is, flapping on the line in the summer breeze. Thanks again, Randall.
What a great picture.
And there's our shirt. Actually, to be precise at this point, there's Randall's shirt, and it's definitely in the breeze, flapping away.
Well, that's great. I'm glad to know that they hold up.
Yep.
So.
We chose, let's see, I guess this is Redbubble. Where did we get these shirts?
Strep.
Right. Okay.
So, yeah. They did a good job.
Yes, yes, indeed.
Yes.
Finest quality material.
Well, I remember when I took the original idea in, and I had kind of sketched it out, and I had found a font that looked very close to the New York Times font, and so I put it together with my little sketch, and so then they did a mock-up and sent it to us electronically, and I showed it to you, and you thought that the font made it look like Gene and Mike do. I can't remember, but it was like the New York Times. You didn't like the way the New York Times looked like. You thought it was the New Bork Times.
The New Bork Times?
Or something, yeah. I don't know. You said, it looks kind of odd there, like the New Bork Times. And I told that to the woman I was working with, and she just started laughing hysterically. And she was like, get this, everyone. I think it's the New Bork Times. So,
really?
So anyway, they found the exact font.
Right.
That they do use for the New York Times. And so that's what you see on the front of our puzzle, or in front of our t-shirt, I should say.
All right.
Yep.
Well, fascinating.
Yep.
All right. I'm glad it's the New York Times.
Yes.
Because the New Bork Times makes no sense at all.
It looks like the New York Times.
Yes. Actually, the font is very, very close to the New York Times, but not quite exact.
Oh, really?
Yes, it's very similar, but it's off a little bit. Because if it was exact, we'd probably be sued by the New York Times.
We probably would be.
No, I think we legally own those fonts through Adobe. All right, that is it for today then. So thanks everyone for listening. Remember, you can always drop us a line, crosswordpodcast@icloud.com. We will be back again with our cutting edge analysis of Monday's crossword tomorrow.
Bye-bye.